Do you ever thought of that life insurance policy can also be a friend to your kids' education? Have you ever wondered that life insurance also could be a kind of asset class which can be used as funding to your kids' education planning? I know most of you must be knowing about RESP plan, which is Registered Education Savings Plan. But I'm going to be talking today about life insurance as an asset class which you can use to fund your kids' college or university education. And this is a very unconventional way to save the money for your kids' education. Watch till the end of this presentation to video so that you understand the proper concept, how you can use a life insurance contract to fund your kids' education. So first of all, I'm going to be talking to you about the traditional way of saving for your kids' education, and that I mentioned about RESP, Registered Education Savings Plan. So what exactly is registered is there for education plan? And a lot of people, we come all part of the world and we come here mainly for our kids' higher education, because that's something which we think of all the time, that we are coming to this developed country. Our kids also will be getting a good education because the college universities are very good here, right? So the RESP government has given you a kind of some benefits for setting up RESP plan. So RESP, when you set up a plan for your kids, so whatever deposit you put in, there is a maximum limit for each year what you can put in there, and that is total $2,500. But say for example you're putting $200 a month into that plan. So what government give you encouragement with the free money to put into RESP of your kids. So for example, you put $200 and 20% of the $200 is $40. So this $40 will be added to your contribution in that plan each month. So you're putting $200, so $40 is free money which is getting out from the government. So your money is right away getting 20% return of your money, right? So $240 is getting invested into the market and working for you. And then you can do it for up to the age of 17 when your child start going to the college university, and then after you cannot fund it, and you can only get a certain amount from the government to as a grant, right? So lifetime the grant is available for $7,200 for your kids' education from the government, right? So there's a limit of it. So now, because of the fact is these days education cost has been increasing drastically each year for last so many years, and then maximum you can fund along with the contribution into the fund in the RESPs, maximum $50,000. Currently that's the limit actually being given by the government. So $50,000, and if it grows to maybe which you find a good equity fund, it may grow to maybe $100,000 in 17 years of time if you're doing a proper contribution each year. This $100,000, is it going to be enough when your kids is ready for the college education? No, because I have started putting a lot of my clients' money 18, 19 years before, 17 years before, and the cost of education has gone up so much that the nest egg which they have accumulated is not enough. So right now, if they have two kids, the total accumulated fund is, say for example $100,000, but the two kids education for 4 years is not that much. It's more than that, right? So we need to find some other ways to fund that account, and then also mind it that this money which is growing, because it is a registered account for your kids, you don't have to pay any taxes inside the RESP. And good thing is when they're going to withdraw, so it's going to be taxed on their marginal tax rate. So basically what it does is that if suppose they're withdrawing the money and they're not making any money at the time when they're working, they're studying, so their tax bracket is almost zero, right? So when they withdraw the money, the taxes is almost zero. I can't say zero because they might be working some part-time job or something, so they might be paying less taxes when they withdraw money from RESP account. But there is another asset class we need to find which can help us to put that money inside the plan, which can also supplement the kind of a nest egg to your college kids education. So now I'm going to be talking about how we can choose life insurance as an asset class for funding our ESP for our kids education. So one of my clients actually came to me and he was talking about this asset class. So he already been funding of his older daughter for his RESP. So he said, Prasoon, I've got a new child, so how you can advise me in a different scenario. So I said, okay, start doing RESP contribution, and also you can create another asset class of life insurance as we're talking about. So it's a participating full life policy. So decided to fund like $216 per month into that life insurance contract, which is a participating life policy. So what it does is this policy, which is the money which is going inside the contract, it is giving two things. One is a life insurance, which is attached to the life insurance policy. The second thing is it is growing tax deferred. So means like the money which is investing inside the insurance contract, the insurance company actually invest that money into the market and then get dividends into there. So this current dividend scale is 6.3%. So with that 6.3% dividend, the policy in 20 years, you will accumulate almost $70,000 inside the policy, which you can use to fund your kids' education plan. Or if you don't want to fund that plan, you just want to use that RESP to fund that plan, you can keep there inside the plan and get it accumulated. So at the time when she's 30, she will have almost $135,000 into the plan. And if she's age 65, the policy is still there. She'll keep on having the higher life insurance coverage. And also the cash amount in the policy at age 65 of your child at that time will be around $1 million. Right? So based upon the current dividend score. So the point is that you can use this asset class also to fund your kids' education. Now we're going to be talking about how to compare it, like the RESP versus life insurance, right? So the RESP, as this is a registered plan and it is being given by the government to educate your kids, and that's why they are funding your 20% grant. So means that money which is going in investment funds, you can have like around $95,000 with a 4% kind of return long term, whereas you can only use that money for the kids' education. If your kids is not going to the education, uh, you have to give back all the grants to the government, right? So that is something which is, all the time people ask me questions. I'll ask me question, Prasoon, if suppose my kid doesn't go to the college university, what's going to happen to that money? So I always tell them, like, that you're going to get back to all the grants, you're going to give back to the government. And the money, if you're moving to your RSP, if you have a room given the scenario, then there is no taxes. Otherwise, all the growth which you have in the RESP plan, you're going to pay taxes onto that, right? So that is something which is a downside of RESP if your kids are not going to the college university. Now the situation is that you can only use for education. Whereas in life insurance as an asset class, if you're using for your kids' education, what it does is that you can use for any purposes. So for example, if she's or is 30 or 35 years age and he was buying, he's or she's wanting to buy a home, so he or she can access to the cash value at the time, say around $200,000 sitting in the life insurance contract. So he or she can borrow from the life insurance contract and then put towards the down payment of buying the home. So, or if she doesn't want to use that fund, or you are funding for her or him for first time home, so what she can do is keep on accumulating the fund inside the plan, and at the time of retirement she can access to that money on a monthly basis to supplement the retirement income because she has enough money in there at that time. So this is also a kind of asset class which is very, very important to understand, that how you can save more for your kids' education, because the cost of education is going up and up and up and up and all the time, right? So always a scenario that if suppose you accumulated $100,000 just having an RESP account and your cost of education at that time is 150,000 or 200,000, where are you gonna bring that money from? So at least you can have two buckets together and then use each bucket smartly to fund your kid's education or for future her or him, for any purchases in future and tax efficiently. So this is something which is a very, very important thing to understand, that how you can have two asset classes together for your kids' education. If you want to discuss something more about your personalized thing, how your kids are doing, how much you have been doing, how much you're putting aside for your kids' education, you can talk to me, you can call me, or you can message me, comment me on the channel, and then definitely we'll get back to you and then give you a kind of an idea how it suits to your need. If you like this video, share with your friends and family, and then don't forget to subscribe the channel and give the hit the icon button so that I can bring more videos for your future in a better way, and you don't miss any my videos in future. Thank you once again.